Good evening and welcome to Newsfeed. Today is Thursday, January 23rd. I'm Jess D'Agostino.
And I'm Savannah Bourne. We're excited to have you here watching with us. Tonight, let's see what's happening in Ann Arbor.
In celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, political activist and author Angela Davis came to the University of Michigan. The auditorium was filled to capacity and overflowed into multiple rooms across campus, which hosted viewing parties of the event. Within her presentation, she discussed that different perspectives in history have been sugar-coated. Davis discussed the Black historical figures who shaped her youth, the indigenous origins of the University of Michigan's land, and abolition of the prison system. She also discussed the intersection of racial issues with issues of gender and LGBTQ+ equality. Davis concluded her presentation by discussing the upcoming election, saying, quote, "We all need to participate. What we need now is hope," end quote.
Last Monday, January 13th, the Michigan Union reopened after 20 months of renovation. After the union's closing in April 2018, several changes were made to the building, including the Idea Hub, an indoor courtyard, and several new and soon-to-open restaurants such as Sweetwater's, Panera Bread, and Taco Bell. One of the first days of its opening, the first 500 people received free Michigan beanies and other Michigan merchandise throughout the day. The Michigan Marching Band performed, and several administrators, including University President Mark Schlissel and outgoing Vice President of Student Life E. Royster Harper, spoke at the event. President Mark Schlissel said, quote, "The Michigan Union has been a place where students lead, a place of activism and a place of student-driven change that has made us a better and more important university," end quote.
Sunday was bid day for the students participating in the Winter 2020 Pan-Atlantic Association sorority recruitment process. This is the first year that the university switched to winter recruitment instead of fall recruitment. Over 1,000 young women participated in the process, beginning on January 6th. In addition to the switch in timing, the location of the recruitment process was changed. Due to the cold temperatures, the first and second rounds took place at the Ross School of Business instead of traditionally taking place at each individual house. The third and fourth rounds, however, took place at the sorority houses, but within 15 minutes in between each round. Buses were set up to transport candidates from house to house. The Pan-Atlantic Association states that the goal of joining the community is to, quote, "provide opportunities for lifelong friendships, personal development, academic success, community service, and educational growth," end quote.
Now it's time for a short break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes, B, console her,
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with two buckles? What do you even need two buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to the show. You're watching Newsfeed. Let's continue with our local news. Martin Filbert, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs at the University of Michigan, has been placed on administrative leave after accusations of sexual misconduct were levied against him. According to a statement from University President Mark Schlissel, multiple accusations were made against Filbert on January 16th and 17th. On January 21st, Filbert was placed on administrative leave. An investigation into the accusations opened on January 17th, and an external law firm, WilmerHale, is conducting the investigation. The Michigan Department of Public Safety and Security is also involved. The investigation is being overseen by the Department of Human Resources Vice President Richard Holcomb at the university. Filbert has been with the University of Michigan for over 22 years, and he was the dean of the School of Public Health before being promoted to provost. An email sent to the University of Michigan community from President Schlissel reiterates the policy that, quote, sexual misconduct will not be tolerated in the University of Michigan community, end quote.
On Monday, January 6th, the Ann Arbor City Council held a vote considering the ban of non-owner occupied short-term rentals within the city, including dedicated Airbnb homes. The vote was 9-2, with the majority of council members in support of the ban. City Council has called for city staff to draft potential regulations for short-term rentals by the end of July. The ban would only affect dedicated Airbnb homes and non-owner occupied homes. Currently, there are around 300 non-owner occupied homes in Ann Arbor, compared to a total of close to 1,000 Airbnb listings. City officials are concerned that the growing number of homes dedicated to short-term rentals will negatively impact affordability and limits already sparse options available in Ann Arbor. City Council member Jeff Hayner disagreed with the City Council's decision, stating, quote, sometimes we have sort of like a knee-jerk response to resident concerns, and it's not like these concerns aren't valid. It's that we have to put these concerns in perspective. In this case, I'm not so sure we did, end quote.
Starting in the fall of 2020, the university's prestigious Ross School of Business will offer a STEM track for its MBA students. The STEM track will allow full-time students pursuing a master's in business administration to participate in a formal program to explore the intersection between business and science. This program is specifically targeted at students interested in pursuing STEM-related careers in business, including quantitative management and business analytics across a variety of industries. The Dean of Ross, Scott DeRue, stated that the track will, quote, leverage world-renowned general management curriculum at Ross to prepare students from a variety of backgrounds to be leaders in the business world today and tomorrow, end quote. Both current and first-year incoming MBA students will be able to participate in the program.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some national and international news.
My days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
First got to the University of Michigan, I went to Festival.
I first got involved on campus through an organization called ALMA, which stands for Assisting Latinos to Maximize Achievement.
My RA in East Quad, she invited me to join the Residence Halls Association.
I first got involved on campus actually at orientation, researching when I actually did my admissions process at the University of Michigan and saw that there was something called the Michigan Learning Communities.
My friend, she was the president of Noir Fashion Show.
I actually am the founder of the organization that I'm representing.
It all really happened just because I was kind of following, well, this is cliche, but I mean, I was following my heart.
Welcome back to Newsfeed. Now let's get into our national and international news. For the third time in U.S. history, the president is standing trial in the Senate for impeachment. The trial began on Tuesday, January 21st at 1 p.m. President Trump's team submitted a 110-page brief asking the Senate to, quote, swiftly reject, end quote, all impeachment charges. Trump and his team argue that both articles of impeachment, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, are not valid violations of the law. At the closing of night one, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's proposed impeachment rules were approved after defeating 11 proposed amendments from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Included in these denied amendments was the ability to subpoena specific documents and witnesses. As the intense events unfolded, Chief Justice John Roberts reprimanded the Democratic House managers and President's defense team. Each side now has 3 days each to make their 24 hours of argument through trial. Much more to come as we witness another historical testament to our governmental system through President Trump's impeachment trial.
SpaceX conducted a launch escape test of its Crew Dragon vehicle on Sunday, January 19th. The test involved the destruction of a previously flown Falcon 9 rocket, as the Crew Dragon vessel proved that it could quickly escape an exploding rocket. The test was delayed from Saturday, January 18th due to weather conditions, and delayed an additional 2.5 hours on the 19th as SpaceX officials determined whether conditions were safe for launch. The launch escape test was meant to test if the Crew Dragon could automatically discover an error in the Falcon 9's launch and escape while protecting astronauts inside. This test mission was uncrewed, with mannequins in the cockpit to simulate astronauts, but the Crew Dragon is intended to house NASA astronauts on SpaceX's first crewed mission later in 2020. NASA astronauts Bob Beckenham and D. Doug Hurley will be the first to fly a crewed SpaceX mission.
A new study by the finance website Wallet Hub has shown that the distribution of education is not the same across the country. In order to determine which states were the most educated, the website considered the number of people in the state who have earned bachelor's degrees and the quality of education in each state. In addition, the website also looked at the number of people with high school degrees and graduate degrees, total school enrollment, and test scores. The study found that the most educated state by their criteria is Massachusetts, and the least educated is Mississippi. In addition, the states in the Mid-Atlantic region are generally the most educated, and the states in the Deep South are the least. The study is a reminder to the public that education drives the economy, and the states that are the most educated are often the most successful.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight. I'm Savannah Bourne.
And I'm Jess D'Agostino.
And you've just been Newsfed.